Hey everyone, welcome back to Pine Hollow out of Diagnostics. We're at a local shop. They called me in for this 2016 Buick Envision, made in China. Customer complaint is they just bought the car and they noticed that the USB charging ports don't work in the center console. So these things right here, it's a little hub, it has an auxiliary jack in it, a memory card, and 2 USB ports. So I have my phone plugged in, not charging. It's at 98%. You don't see the little lightning bolt. If I plug my phone into the rear charging receptacles right in here, boom, you get the red light, you get the little charge. That works. So you might say, check your powers and grounds. What's the wiring diagram? So this one back here just has power and ground. Charging only, no data transfer. This one here is a lot fancier. It has an auxiliary jack and this memory card slot. So 6 wires going to this plug and then a USB type plug, like data transfer mini, that goes to the human machine interface control module. So this is my second time looking at this car. The first time, check powers and grounds, everything's good, nothing wrong with the wiring, no trouble code set in any of the modules. So let's take a look. There's a TSB on this. Let's see if that's our issue. So this is the TSB that I found, 16NA242, diagnostic tips for USB receptacle inoperative. 2016 and 17, all cars. This may be due to a faulty USB hub. So we don't have any DTCs. There's no power at the USB plugs. Remove the mini B connector, connect the mini B female, plug in your phone. Can't play music. If you're not able to play music or charge your phone, step 4, and start inspecting the wiring to the HMI or radio depending on the system you're working on. Nothing wrong with the wiring. If you are able to play music, then the problem's in the hub. So they got a brand new hub right from the dealer, plugged it in, no change. Still, this thing is dead in the water. So we have to go a little deeper, see what could possibly cause this problem. So in wiring diagrams, this auxiliary audio input, I found the wiring diagram, and this is the auxiliary jack. So 3 of the wires go here to the radio. Then this power is good on X1 pin 6. The ground is good on X1 pin 3, so we're worried about just this USB. Now let's take a look at scan data. I don't see anything wrong with the wiring at this point. Alright, with the Think Tool Platinum S10, let's go into Human Machine Interface Control Module. That's what talks to this USB hub. And first, let's check module information. So we have boot software, calibration part numbers, blah blah blah, hardware. There's the VIN. Let me record all that before we start messing with anything. And then in data stream, let's see if there's anything useful in here. So, for example, there's memory card receptacle, USB hub number 1, number 2, USB receptacle 1 and 2. I don't know what these data PIDs are. It says memory card receptacle not present. Well, what does that even mean? USB hub not present. USB hub 1 number of ports 0. USB hub 2 present. USB hub 2 number of ports 3. USB receptacle 1 and 2 not present. So this is kind of interesting. You would think that the memory card would be present and USB hub should say present, and number of ports should say 2. Why is this? Is it a programming problem? Does it not see the hub itself? How do we, if we unplug it, nothing changes, no codes are stored. I'll unplug both connectors. You would think if you unplug the USB hub, it would set some kind of code, just like the TSB said, no trouble codes. So my question is, did the programming somehow get messed up? So what I want to do is hook up TechLine Connect and try to reprogram this human-machine interface control module to see if there's an update of some sort, see if we can get these USB ports online. That's the only thing I can think of at this point. Alright, so we're in TechLine Connect, it's all updated. We got the Bosch MasterTech 2. Let's turn the ignition on, and for that you gotta hold the on button for 10 seconds. I learned that on the last GM. There we go, all the warning lights are on. So now we just say connect vehicle. See if it'll self-populate here. Okay, continue. There we go, 2016 Envision, saffron red metallic, looks good. Let's go to SPS 2. And we want the K74 human machine interface module. So there's the VIN, that's correct. And we want to reprogram. Next. And it won't take your VIN slot until it's done with the programming. So we can use this, you need an open VIN slot to just check if this K74 module, human machine interface control module, is up to date. Let's see. Yes, it will take one of the VIN slots. Binging and dinging. Let's see if there are any updates. Alright, so you see here it says current calibration 232-28502 and 232-28502. Apparently it's the latest one. So if we hit next, please plug in USB device and wait until Windows reports a USB device as connected. USB device? Where am I supposed to plug that in? Weird. So you have to keep in mind there are different options here. So USB file transfer, but we want programming, normal programming. So let's hit next, see what that does. Okay, proceed. I've never done an HMI programming before. Alright, so current calibration is 23191001. That's what's in there. And if we hit next, it's going to say, are you sure you want to program with the same calibration? So everything is up to date. Absolutely everything is up to date. So I want to take a screenshot of this. And if we hit start programming, it'll ask, you're attempting to program with the same calibration. So no, we don't want to. let's plug the scanner back in and see why it's not recognizing a USB hub. Alright, so back in the human machine interface control module, in special functions there's a control module reset. Let's try that and see what happens. Reset. Reset. Okay. Data stream. Again, let's go back to memory card receptacle, USB hub. Not present. Not present, present, so nothing changed there. Alright, so I took off the little kick panel. Here's our human machine interface control module with the green and blue USB connectors. So those are the only data connectors going to this module. So let's unplug the green one and scan this thing for codes, see if anything changed. Read fault code, no DTCs. Let's unplug the blue one. Same exact connector. Read fault code. No DTCs. Let's read data stream one more time. And we'll select these again. So nothing changed at all. It still says USB hub 2 present, number of ports 3. I guess this screen went blank.
You need to renew your passport or apply for it.
Okay, so that must have been the blue connector. Let's plug that back in. Yep, so that's back online. Green connector must go to the USB hub. There's no way we can plug it into the neighboring port. That's for the hub number 2. I mean, there's nothing wrong with these connectors. I really don't know what else to do. So guys, I'm just running out of options here. I'm trying to do a continuity check between this USB connector and that USB connector, and I'm getting no continuity at all on any of the pins, not even the case ground. So I'll stick this in here, and then on this one, you guys can see the ohmmeter down here. Nothing. Nothing at all. None of the pins are continuous. Well, what is this connector right here? X33 black. Where does that live? USB X233 black. Let's find that connector. Alright, X233, instrument panel harness to floor console harness in the passenger compartment under the floor console forward of the shifter near the body control module. Center console harness routing, instrument panel harness routing view front. Let's try to find that view. Oh snap, there's the BCM. There's our USB connector. Someone's been here before. It's unplugged. Let me show this to the shop owner. We'll plug it in, see if it works. So I plugged in this connector, Phone is charging from the hub, so no parts required. Crazy. I guess you gotta check the simple things first. I missed that connection on the initial diagnosis, and the TSB's there, so it's like, oh, it's a common issue. anytime that you don't 100% complete the diagnosis, at least in my case, I always get burned on these. So no extra charge to the shop, just one diag call, 1 hour, good to go, no parts required. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.